Hello everyone, my name is Pooja Rani. I'm a postdoc at University of Bern, Switzerland. Today I'm going to talk about our paper How to Identify Class Comment Types, a multi-language approach for class comment classification. The article has already been published as Journal First in Journal of System and Software. We have done this work together with Zurich University of Applied Science, Switzerland and University of SANER, Italy. What are code comments? As we know, a comment is a programmer readable explanation or annotation in source code of a program. Generally, they are indicated by special syntax to separate it from code. And developers write code comments to explain the rationale behind their code or to show the overview of their code. Studies indicate that developers find code comment as a trustworthy form of documentation, and high-quality code comment assist developers. The code comment contain various types of information, but the problem is how to find this particular information. For example, does this comment contain any warning or example? Now, this is a short example, so maybe here we can see that okay, there is a word for example, it's separated above and below by line, so it's easy to see. But many times comments are long, boring, and then developer has to scroll through to find a particular type of information. And why this problem is that there is no standard definition of comment, what information a comment should contain and what not. There is also no strict syntax and structure convention to write comments. Yes, there are some tags, let's say in Java, to denote a specific type of information, but there are many other information types for which there is no specific convention. So there is no strict syntax and structure convention. Also, there is not enough tool support to check all aspects of comments. All these challenges makes identifying a particular type of information from comment a non-trivial problem. The problem gets complex with increasing multi-language environments nowadays. Here is an example of Apache Spark project hosted on GitHub, and if we look at it, this project consists of at least 6 programming languages. Now, there has been a study by Thomas and Associate, and this showed that 97% of open source projects use 2 or more programming languages. As we know, each language has its own convention to write comments, so identifying a particular type of information from this environment is a complicated task. So we say that given the increasing use of this environment, we need a deeper understanding of developer commenting practices across languages. Therefore, the first question we formulated is what type of information actually class comment contains across languages and how this information type vary across languages. What do I mean by information type is for example, developers write summary of a class in the first line. Here, the next line indicates how to instantiate or initialize the window class. Then developers also write or refer to other classes in order to give an overview of this class. So to answer our first research question, we selected 20 open source projects of Java, Python, and Smalltalk. We extracted all their class comments and we classified a sample of them. Now, we wanted to see what information those comments contain, so there has been some work in this direction already. Pascarella and Associates developed a taxonomy for code comments, and Rani and Associates extended it for Python code comment. Rani and Associates developed a class comment taxonomy for Smalltalk. So we took their taxonomy as a basis and then we classified our selected class comments into these categories. The line segment, the height of the line segment shows how popular a particular information is. For example, in all languages we see that developers write summary very often. Now we wanted to see how these information vary across languages, so we map them across the taxonomies and developed a CCTM taxonomy. Here we could see that developers write very similar kind of information across languages. For example, summary is also present in Smalltalk, but it's said as intent or responsibility. The purple color indicate here that the information from one language to other matches partially. That category might contain extra information or, let's say, less information, while the pink denotes that there was no other category associated with one. Now, these information types vary across projects depending on the domain. Developers embed different kind of information. Here the intensity of the color denotes how popular information is, and the green color denotes that the information type is added into the taxonomy by us. So we could see that here, let's say for example in Wading, deprecation and ownership information of a class is frequently mentioned, while this information type is not popular among Apache Hadoop developers. So now these information types are very useful once they are automatically identified. So the next question is, can we use machine learning to automatically identify class comment types according to the taxonomy we have developed? A good hint in this direction was when we were manually analyzing class comment, we found that developers were using certain patterns to write a specific information. For example, for summary, they were often using this word represent or a verb to start. So we call these patterns recurrent natural language patterns. But the question is, how do we extract these patterns? The Sopa and Associates suggested using intention mining to extract such patterns. They developed a tool named Neon to detect natural language patterns from informal documents. So we use this tool to identify patterns from comment. How it works is, the tool give us a XML file, and with this we found class represents something pattern for summary category. Now, based on the manually classified comment, we use these classified comments as ground truth. Then from these classified comments for various categories, we extracted recurrent natural language pattern for each category, and we also extracted top frequent words or say text features. Then we use these features to train various supervised machine learning models, and we evaluated these models against accuracy, precision, and recall. Now this graph shows the result of the tested algorithm for the top frequent category in Java, Python, and Smalltalk for accuracy. We could see that using natural language pattern in addition to text features improve the classification, and random forest technique classifies comment better except for one category. Now the ultimate goal of automatically assessing comments is still far away. We still don't know the information we are extracting is correct or not. It might be possible that the information is wrong, and also maybe that the information extracted is not important for certain developer. So we envision various future works in this direction. For example, the information types that we found, which of them are important for what type of developers? What quality attributes are important for comment? For example, is having a consistent comment is more important than having an adequate comment or correct comment? And based on these results from these various directions, then we can start working on developing tools which can support developer in automatically assessing quality of comments. The paper is already available online on this particular link, and the application package is hosted on GitHub. Please go and explore. So in this talk, I described you what are the challenges in identifying information from comments across languages, and how did we design a multi-language study, Thank you very much for listening.